I want to invite you to try Albert Einstein's E equals mc squared manifestation technique. Now, you heard of E equals mc squared, but I did hours and hours and hours of research, and I found out it's also one of the most powerful tools to create your reality. E equals mc squared. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. I didn't know that actually. I guess I did, but I didn't really think about it, and you might not have thought about it either. But it basically says that mass and energy are interchangeable. They're different forms of the same thing. Mass and matter are energy. Energy is mass. There's no solid objects. Everything is energy moving at different speeds or rates of vibration. And in the equation E equals mc squared, it breaks down like this. 1E, or energy, which is the entirety of one side of the equation. It represents the total energy of the system. And then you got 2m, physical mass, which Einstein showed is actually not physical. It's actually just energy. And then 3 is c squared. That's the speed of light squared, which is the factor that Einstein needed to make mass and energy equivalent. And you probably already know the speed of light is pretty fast. Photons zip along at around 300 million meters a second, or 186,000 miles per second. Basically, Einstein showed us that everything we believe about physical reality is wrong, and it has to do with energy. Energy, of course, is a popular term in scientific and in spiritual, religious, and metaphysical worlds. But it's really not understood in any depth. It's as if it's this mystical thing that's out there somewhere in the universe. It's abstract, it's distant, kind of like far away, like the moon and stars. But Einstein famously said, quote, "Concerning matter, we've all been wrong. What we've called matter is energy, whose vibration has been so lowered as to be perceptible to the senses. There is no matter." Now, in Einstein's equals mc squared discoveries, he found out that mass has energy inherent in it even when it's at rest. So the chair you're sitting on or the phone you're watching this on, it actually has energy even if it's matter at rest. And Einstein proved that mass and matter can be converted into pure energy. So for every 1 kilogram of mass that you convert into energy, you get 9 times 1016 joules of energy. That's 21 megatons of TNT. And you might be losing me, but stay with me here. Think about this, right? So if I'm roughly 200 pounds, in kilograms, this is 90 kilograms. So if you take my body weight and you multiply it out by how much energy is in it, guess what? I actually end up having more energy than pretty much anything you can imagine. There's 1,890 megatons of TNT in converted joules of energy in every single cell of my body. And by comparison, there were 64 grams of highly enriched uranium in the Hiroshima World War II atomic bomb that the United States dropped. Think about that. There is so much more energy in every single cell of your body than the most powerful bombs in the world. But Hiroshima wasn't actually the most powerful nuclear bomb in the history of the world. That was actually by the Soviet Union, and they dropped that off the Arctic Circle. It had an explosion of 50 megatons. That's 3,300 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. So since my body is approximately 1,890 megatons of potential joules of energy, that means my body has approximately 37 times more megatons of energy than the most powerful bomb ever dropped in the history of the world. Now you may be watching, you might be like, Jake, this is interesting, but what the heck does this have to do with me? Now, the final part of E equals mc squared is perhaps the most amazing. Scientists found that using E equals mc squared, they could actually use pure energy to create physical matter or physical particles. Now, think about that. everything in your life is just energy. It's just mass. Your bank account, the house you want, the car you want, the success you want in your real estate practice, in your life coaching, in your music, your health. And you can use this exact same scientific process to create something out of no thing. Now, this is exactly how particle accelerators like CERN operate. And recently, there were researchers at New York's Brookhaven National Laboratory, and they used the Department of Energy's relativistic heavy ion collider. Try to say that 3 times. And they combined this with Albert Einstein's E=mc² to create matter out of pure light for the first time. They smashed ions together at close to the speed of light. And what they did is they took 2 gold ions that were positively charged in a loop. They accelerated it to 99.9% of the speed of light. They collided them together, and the results were shocking. They showed that E=mc² proves that you can create matter out of pure energy. Now, this means that you can unlock the potential energy in your body, which we already stated is over 3,000 times greater than the most powerful nuclear weapon ever created. But instead of destruction, you can use this to create more money, your soulmate, your dream house, perfect health, and anything else that you want. You are not limited by the physical reality because you can use the power of consciousness, and it can move at the speed of light. My mentor Bob Proctor used to say that thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate all time and space instantly. So what you do is you let M in the equation equal matter. Mass, your current bank account, your relationships, all the circumstances of your life. And you let C² equal the speed of light, which is the speed your consciousness can move when it is directed properly. And then E equals the potential energy that you want. And when you start to activate all this dormant kinetic energy in every cell of your body, and you allow this universal force to collide with mass and matter, the seemingly limitations of your life, you can use it to create a new reality in exactly the same way that scientists discovered by taking particles at high speeds, basically the speed of light, they could create new matter. And you can do the exact same thing. And I know that's a lot of theory, so if you're with me, you can comment down below. And I thought I'd just share a little personal story. I was 19, I dropped out of college, I backpacked around the world, I was gonna do all this stuff and write books and become a speaker, and it wasn't working out. And I met a mentor that told me he'd teach me how to become a successful high school and college speaker and build my career. Well, he ended up taking off with all my money, actually, and I saw the rug was pulled out from under me. And you might feel like that. You might say, well, look at my bank account, there's no money in it. My relationships haven't worked. You're looking at the current mass. And what happened to me is I started using a success hypnosis to reprogram my subconscious mind. Because all of reality, 95% of it, according to psychologists, is happening subconsciously. This subconscious action is what's influencing, that's your consciousness moving at the speed of light instantaneously, that is influencing reality down to the subatomic level. And that brings into the observer effect and a lot of things we don't have time for in this video. But the observer effect shows E=mc² in real action, that your consciousness can make subatomic particles appear as matter or disappear into empty space. And I started hypnotizing myself every single day. And my book ended up becoming a top online bestseller, and that led to a book contract with the #1 English publishing company in the world, Penguin Random House, for multiple books and a TEDx talk, a viral YouTube channel. And by the time I was 30, even though every single person said, you're an idiot, you should quit, it ended up becoming a multi-million-dollar enterprise. And you can do the same thing by harnessing E=mc² to use the power of consciousness to create matter out of nothing. So check out my free success hypnosis. It's right there down below, pinned to the comments and in the description. It's jakeshypnosis.com. Now I know that was a lot of information to take in, so I hope you liked this video. If you do, give me a comment down below. I love this video. I think you're also gonna like my Tesla video where I break down Tesla's secrets to the universe. You can click right here and watch that now.